Hey guys, morning. Am I audible?
Hey Anusha, good morning. Good
Hey,
evening.
yeah, same thing. Okay, so today we'll go about XML and HTML. Okay, and it's not a very big topic, it's a quite a small one. Okay, so what is XML? Extensive markup language? Yes, but what does it do? It will store and transport data. Okay, for example, you have something like this. Um, do I have it? Yeah. Okay, so we have something like this, property 1, property 2, and so on. Okay, so when we have things like this, these can be represented in various formats. Okay, one of the formats is this properties file. Okay, the other way is to represent in the form of XML like this, prop1, Anusha, prop1. Okay, we can okay, so this is how we can also show data. So this is JSON format. If you just put it like this is called as JSON. And if you do it, so we write all the properties and then encapsulate it with one parent, whatever this is called. These are called as tags, something encapsulated in angular brackets. These are called as root node. Guys, just a second. Okay, so this is how you store and transport data. Okay, in this representation, this whatever is enclosed inside the angular brackets, okay, is called as a tag. Okay, and this is the value of this tag. The value of prop1 is Anusha. Okay, then these two, prop1 and prop2, are actually inside the properties, are at same level technically. So these two are called siblings, and this is the parent node. The properties whichever is in line number 6 is the parent node, and these are the child nodes. The two childs, prop1 and prop2, are siblings, right? Then after that, if you look at this example, bookstore, so bookstore is the overall parent. Inside the bookstore we have numerous books. So each of the book is a sibling, and title, author, year, price are siblings. These four are siblings, and these four are siblings. Then this title, author, year, this title and this title are not siblings because they are inside different siblings. Okay, that's like first cousins kind of stuff. Okay, but we're not bothered about it. Okay, inside the tag within the angular brackets, if you have something, this is called as attribute. Okay, attribute, this is the attribute name. Whatever the category, this is the attribute name. Then something called cooking is the attribute value. This is the attribute name, this is the attribute value, the entire thing is called attribute. And this is the value for the given parameter title. Okay. Then XML has no specific syntax except that it should be enclosed by angular brackets, and if you, this is an open tag and this is a closed tag. The difference is that there is a forward slash in a closed tag. Okay, and if there is no information in one of the tags, for example book, this is how we write it. If there is no information inside like this, for example we have a blank tag like this, instead of writing so much, we can simply say slash close. This is equivalent to a tag without information. Okay. So the specific syntax is like root. The entire XML should and must and should be enclosed by one overall tag that is called as root node. Without a root node, the XML goes invalid. These are the rules for writing XMLs. Okay, so in XML we can write what we can pass whatever information we want to pass on. Okay, when we pass on some information, a normal human can understand what the information is. This is property 2. The entire stuff is properties. As a human, I can interpret these. But the browser, for the browser to interpret, for example Chrome, Mozilla or anything, for the browser to interpret, it needs a specific set of tags. It cannot understand any random tag which a human can understand. Okay, so there are some predefined tags for HTML. Okay, so the predefined tags, something like this. The root must be HTML. The starting and ending, here we have properties. Similarly, if it is HTML, if it is something to be decoded by the browser, it should be enclosed inside HTML. Okay, then we have few specific set of tags: head, title, body, h1, h2, h3, h4, and so on. P, then tr, then td, then ul, li. Okay, so there are a few set of tags which you can there will be HTML reference where you can find the list of the tags. Okay, so those will be the list of the tags. Again, if you give some random attribute equal to AA, something like this. So a person can understand these attributes, but for a machine to understand the attributes, we have another specific set of attributes. Okay, like class or style, class. Okay, we'll see such attributes going forward. Okay, so coming to HTML. So what is HTML? It's hypertext markup language. It is a branch of XML. That is the reason we have gone through XML in the beginning. Okay, so in HTML, it's the whatever the web page you see, each and every web page is written in HTML, whether the background is Java or JSP or whatever it is, but the base goes HTML. Okay, so these are the explanations for each of the tag. HTML is the root node to make it clear that this is a HTML. Okay, then we have head as in header. So it stores metadata information like page title and where is the styling information coming from and such stuff. Okay, then we have body where the actual stuff goes into, and then H, anything with H indicates heading. So something like this is called heading. These are all written in H. So if we inspect, if you look, it is in H. So something heading, headings are all written in H. P is a paragraph. So this thing, this small thing is a paragraph. Okay, this one. So for this, it is a P, right? Then we have something called div, then HR, UL, UL and LI is UL is a wrapper for lines, pointers. So we used to write point by point in our school days, right? Like headlines and stuff. So for such a stuff, we'll take UL, and LI indicates each of the line, right? So for any web browser to understand the information, it has to be in HTML, a specific set of things. Then the latest one is HTML5. Okay, so where do we write HTML? We can write it in Eclipse, we can write it in anywhere, Notepad or text editor, anywhere, and then we can save it as .html and it will render it in a browser. Okay, yeah, so you write like this in Notepad and save it as .htm or .html, anything is fine. When you open it, it would render like this in the Chrome. Okay. Then these are few examples, like you can experiment using, try it yourself. Okay, so we have another tag in HTML which indicates that it's going to be a link. For example, sometimes for this text there will be a link, and when you click on it, it will take you to a specific URL. How do we define that? This is how it is defined in the background. For example, we have all these are the links. So it's like A and target, href. These are the predefined attributes for the tag A. Okay. And if you want to store images, img is the tag, and then you have to give the mapping for the image wherever the image is. If it's on a website or if it's on your local folder, you have to mention that in the source. When you hover on something like this, here you are seeing something called CSS tutorial in a small box. Okay, so that is ALT, alternative name for that image. Okay, and there's the size of the image that you want to specify. Okay, so this is the basic syntax, the standard tag name, and the content can be anything as you want, any text. This is the text what you want to write, or if you want to write something like we are studying Selenium tutorial, so you can simply write tag p tag, we are learning Selenium tutorial, close the tag. Okay, like this, p tag, then close it, then h1 tag, the information and the closing tag. Closing tags are mandatory. Without closing tags, it will throw some error. And BR, if you want to introduce an empty line, a gap between two lines, you would use a BR. This will not have any closing tag. It's just BR, implying break. Okay. So we can write HTML elements one inside the other, but all we have to do is we have to close it properly. So inside the tag called body, there is H and P. Okay, so the body is open here and closed here. That means this information is inside the body tag. So those are the child tags of body tag. Okay, so you can include one tag inside another tag, but you have to specifically write like the closing tag should be given clearly. If the closing tag is not given clearly, it is a mistake, like syntax error. Like how we got compilation errors in Java, similarly we'll be getting errors if we have not specified the closing tags like this. Okay. Uh, in few browsers it will display correctly without the closing tag, but it's good to have the closing tag, as few browsers will not render the stuff exactly. Okay, not every browser is as clever. So then, so we have HTML attributes. In the HTML attributes, we have seen title, we have seen ALT, we have seen width, height. Okay, we have seen so many attributes already. So something inside this, so this is the starting tag, and something inside the same angular brackets is called attribute. Something outside the angular brackets and before the ending tag is the value of the given p tag. So for links like A, for tags like A, we have to give a href, which indicates the URL where it has to be redirected. So when I hover over HTML styles, in the bottom of my page, like here in the corner, you would see a URL called html._attributes.asp. When I inspect it, that HTML attributes.asp is what is given in the href. Okay, so if you give some link, that will be shown up here, right? And then we have these attributes to specify for an image. So if you do a tag and if you do src with height, it will throw up an error because these are the tags relevant to image tag. These are attributes relevant to image tag, and these are the attributes relevant to a tag. You cannot give a href. You can give a href to img as well. Okay, it is a permitted combination, but a tag with src is not a permitted combination. So once you get hands-on with it, you will understand what is permitted and what is not permitted. Okay, so this is like not so it is case not case sensitive. The HTML tags are not case sensitive. You can write capital IMG or small IMG, but mostly we will be writing in small alphabets only. HTML is written only in small alphabets. The main tags, whatever the tags are there, those are all written in small letters. Tags and attributes, the information inside the attribute value or the information over here as a paragraph, this can have anything: symbols, characters, any capital, small letters, numbers. It can have anything, but the attribute name and the tag name should be small letters only. Okay. Okay, then headings, I have shown you whatever starts with H is a heading. Whether is H1, 2, 3, 4 or H100, it just decreases the size of the, guys, just a second. Give me a minute, someone is at my place, so let me just check who it is. Yeah, I'm back. Yeah, so whatever the tag that starts with H is a heading. So headings can be usually from H1 to H6. Okay, and the size usually varies if you give H1 to H6. Okay, the size varies, but it's bolded and it's looking like a heading. Right, so you can give a href attribute here to the heading, or you can give like size or style. All those attributes can be given. Okay, then we have p, which is paragraph, and few attributes can be given to it. Then we have styles. So styling includes color, size, adjustment like left alignment, right alignment, center alignment, and so much. Okay, so this is how we mention the style. So this is the style attribute name. Then inside the value of the attribute, we actually mention few more properties like background color, powder blue, some colors. It gives us blue. Like this, when I said background color powder blue, that is what came up in the background. When I say blue, this is what has come up in the background. When I say like red, you notice a change. So this is the style. If I say like color, the font color is going to change. I mean, font color is going to change. And then we have like font size. Then we have 10. So we have so many attributes like this. And within style, we have lots of properties. Okay, those styles can be studied under CSS, which is actually not required as of now, but it's good to have an understanding. So if you want to have, if you have some time, you can go through the CSS right over here in the same website. Okay, that will give you more understanding about the styles. Then, as a part of styles, we can also do like bold, italic, up, down, and all. So in it, with the part of apart from styling, we have few tags like B, strong. B indicates bold. Strong indicates similarly it is bolded, but it's actually not bold. It's like highlighting type of stuff. Okay, then I means inclined. Okay, so italic, inclined. EM is emphasized. That means you can add some color to that specific text. And so this text is emphasized like this. You can add color or you can do anything by specifying a special text. Then small means this alphabet is going to show up in a bit smaller font than usual. Okay, so we have such few other elements for which you have a clear explanation here. Though we are not using most of them, we will be using only these. Okay. Um, do just a second. Okay. Okay. So sometimes you see something in the middle highlighted and like quotations. You want to include quotations in the middle of a book. So this is how you write in Q. Okay. And block quotes. Quotations is not so important. Then comments. This is how you write comments in HTML. Okay. So coming to colors, we were doing this red, blue, powder blue and stuff. So there are a lot other colors you can go through. It's not mandatory, just go through. Then CSS means the styling part, whatever we do. So they are called cascading style sheets. Means the style sheet which is accompanied with HTML. Okay, those HTML style sheets can be written out of the HTML separately and called, or they can be included like this with the help of style. This is called inline CSS. Okay. Then if you write something like this, okay, for body background color powder blue, something like this, then it is called internal CSS. Then you write CSS in a separate file like this entirely outside, and then in the head you do the link and style sheet details. That is uh, external CSS, external style sheet. Okay, so in href you will get the style sheet path. Wherever the style sheet is, that location you have to specify. Okay, so similarly we can deal with images that we have seen already, img tag, and regarding tables. So we write a table. Inside a table we have rows and columns. Okay, so tr means table row, th means table header, td means table like division, each division inside each row. In the first row we will have headers always. So we write it as th so that it will come up little bold without formatting. Then we start writing our rows. In the first row we have first column, second column and third column. So this is how tables are written. And then for drop downs we have something called here instead of table we will do something called select, and then we have child elements called option, so on and so forth. So many options you will have, and the select tag indicates a drop down. Okay, list, ul and li are the items used for listing. Ul is the root and li is the individual items in the list. Okay, so like this, ul and li. I can apply style as we have done for other elements also. Okay, then there is OL. OL means these are in the same order as mentioned. They should come up in the same order. LI is the same. UL means these will be shuffled. Okay. Then, so blocks. I want to separate this block of code from this block of code, which is not visible to the eye. So if I want to separate, I will do like div. Okay, div is the separator. So if you inspect the same, okay, there is one div. Okay, then there is this div, there is this div, this div. Okay, so two separate divs as you can see for different information. These are technically not blocks to the naked eye, but when you look at the code, these are in separate blocks. The HTML, this ribbon is one block, this ribbon is one block, then the top ribbon is another block, and so on. So we are dividing stuff into squares, rectangles. Okay. Then in this example, you can see something called class. Class W3 call L10 M12. Okay, so what is present? What is this class indicate? This class indicates that there is an external CSS, and in that CSS go and search for w3-col, get that CSS, and then apply it for the specific div. Okay, so that will be applied automatically from the external CSS. So we break CSS because the same w3-col will be used at so many places. Just for reusability and easy understanding, we split it. Okay, so for blocking, for splitting things into blocks, we also have span, like just like div. Okay, it will split it into its own section in the given line. Div is like it will do a block at a major level. Span will do a block in single line in a given line, whatever it is. Then we have seen this class attribute. So when I do a class attribute cities, okay, in the CSS, it will search for cities. Or if it is in this class is for div, okay, then we might have div dot cities, means the cities class for div. So it will go for div dot cities and it will get the same style and apply it here like style equal to with these properties. Okay, and even if we have here like link and ref equal to some xstyle dot css, it will go into that css file and search for div dot cities. Okay, then we have frames in HTML. If you want to insert one web page into another web page, you design one small web page, then you can insert it with the help of frames. Okay, so frames is written in iframe tag or just frame tag. Both tags are valid. So for iframe, you will give what is the web page source, or you can define the entire web page inside with the help of new tags like div, span, h, p, image and all. They can be entire HTML inside the iframe or just a small URL or any chunk of code. Okay. Yeah, so in HTML page, if you want to perform any actions like this previous button or next button, you have to embed JavaScript for this actions part. Any actions cannot be performed by HTML except href. Okay, so if I hover my mouse on it, there is a background that is being displayed. If I hover my mouse, background. If I click, it is turning into green or something. All such stuff is done through JavaScript. So for JavaScript, it is written inside the script tag. JavaScript looks similar to Selenium at a point of time. Okay, just don't worry about now. You will understand that later. But yeah, JavaScript looks like Selenium sometimes. Okay, so if you want to add some JavaScript, it will be inside the script tag. And then in this src for image, we or css style sheet, we just give the file name if the same file name is located in the same folder as the given HTML. If it is located in some other folder, we will give either relative path, this is called relative path, dot dot indicates one folder up, okay, or in a subfolder or in a parallel folder. Sorry, in a subfolder or in a parallel folder. Okay, so this is how you give file path. This is if it is a website from which you have to get the image, then the URL of the image is given. Okay. Yeah, we have seen this. all stuff. Yeah, HTML is supposed to be responsive. If this website is mobile friendly or any screen size, if my screen size is changing from mobile to tab to laptop to 50-inch LCD, then it is called as responsive. Okay. Then these are like HTML symbols. How do you mention some symbols if you want to mention? I was asking you how you wrote a square box in the code yesterday, right? So similarly, if you want to mention the symbols, okay, you have to give its code like this. You cannot directly type the symbol, but you have to give the code, especially if it is not something from the keyboard. Okay, the Roman characters, Greek characters, and something blah blah blah. These are all not things present in the keyboard. So something out of the keyboard. This is how you mention the symbols. Okay. Yeah. So this is most of it about HTML. HTML is basically about tags, attributes, tag value, attribute value. Okay. That is all HTML is about for us. So go through this HTML. Okay. Once you have clear understanding on HTML, we will go to XPath. Or do you want to go to XPath right now? Tell me what you want. I thought to cover XPath as well, but after that
Yeah, we can do expert as well.
we can do XPath,
If
right?
Umer is okay. Yeah.
Omer, how about you? You want to go with XPath or because it's a weekend, you will get some time to practice for 3 days. Dude, you're on mute. Umer, are you able to follow? Shall we go to XPath or shall we stop here? Looks like he connected and left. Let me check with him. Okay, so okay, looks like he's not responding. Ignore. No else can. Okay, I'll continue with expert anyways.
Well, sorry.
Hey, so you want me to continue with XPath or you want me to stop here? Is it overload with XML and HTML already?
I think it's fine.
Oh, no, no, it's up to you. Like, every opinion is counted. So if you want to continue, I will continue. Else I will stop.
How much more is this?
Um, like, XPath has only 4 or 5 things, but it needs deeper concentration and because XPath is a life for Selenium.
Okay. Then yeah, we can focus on the other stuff for.
Okay, so we'll do XPath in the next tutorial.
Yeah.
Okay, so go through XML, HTML, and also go through XPath. Okay, just read it
Okay.
once. It's only 4 or 5 headings over here in this w3schools.com. Okay,
Okay.
so it looks like, oh wait, yeah. So this is the focus level slash slash. Okay, so
Okay.
go through this and have a clear understanding on how it works. Okay, then
Yeah.
install Mozilla Firefox.
Okay.
Wait, let me tell you what version to install. Install 43. Don't install new one. Install 43. Firefox 43. Please make a note. So by Monday or whenever the next class is, yeah, Monday. So install this Firefox 43 and then install something called Firebug. Okay, open this Firebug add-on and then say add to Firefox and say install. The steps are given here. Apart from Firebug, also do Firepath.
Okay.
Two add-ons. Mozilla Firefox plus two add-ons. Please install these and be ready. So I can work with Chrome, Safari, IE, anything. But for someone who is starting off with, so Firefox should be easy for them to work with, and then this Firepath and Firebug will help you analyze the HTML in a better way and extract XPaths out of the HTML. Okay, so I'll just tell you the introduction for XPath. Okay, we have this element, the clear quest search, which is a button or something. Okay, so this is how the fire path looks like once you do, and this is the XPath. XPath is given already by Firepath. Okay, so this is the element, the web element, the HTML element, whatever you call it, aliases. Okay, so for Selenium to work with your web application, it needs to identify what to do. As per your scenario, you might want to search for some stuff and then click on search and then check if you're getting results or not. As a human, when I say search, your brain automatically takes you to this search bar. But for Selenium, it doesn't have so much of artificial intelligence that it can identify where the search bar is. So for us, it's a job to help it to identify where the search bar is. So this is called a locator. Okay, the XPath or the class or sometimes ID, all of these are called as locators. Okay, so we have to provide that locator for Selenium to understand where to go and click, where to go and type some information, where to go and click and type my search query. Okay, so one such locator is XPath. There are few other locators, ID, class, okay, and then there is something called name, something called link text, means this text is called as a link text. A is a link, right? So the value of A, the text, is called as a link text. Then href or partial link text means half of this clear request or maybe search. So partial, any bits and pieces. IDs. Okay, all these become your locators. There are situations when your locators fail to exactly identify stuff. For example, this is there. I want to click on the first result. Here I have class equal to blank. Right. In such case, how do I identify? That is the scenario when we consider using the XPaths. Okay. There are a few times when we would be missing simple locators like class or ID. That scenario, we will need this XPath. XPath is given by Firepath and some other add-ons in Chrome also, but this XPath is not usable in some cases. In such a cases, we should be able to understand how to write our XPath, how to write some XPath on our own, and it should be valid at the same time, right? Okay, so for that we need to learn XPath. Okay, so just go through that. XML, HTML, and XPath will connect back in the next session, and we'll have a practice session for that as well. Okay,
Okay. Yeah.
all right, bye.
That's good.
Yeah.
Bye bye.